Okay, so last weekend, Pittsburgh goes into Kansas City and gets a win. And, of course, Antonio Brown Facebook Lives a post-game celebration, and Mike Tomlin's speech is caught up in the Facebook Live celebration. Obviously, it's violating the sanctity of any locker room. And frankly, you're kind of lucky that no one was nude or nothing was said that was, was that somebody would like to take back. It wasn't anything. But like Mike Tomlin has to maintain discipline on this team. On the other hand, he needs Antonio Brown to win the AFC Championship. How would you handle that if you were in that situation?
Well, it's a teachable moment. I know, these young players are all into the internet and the social media aspect of their followers and living up to whatever that might be. But he did violate a lot of different things when he posted that video. But I think it's a teachable moment. You're not going to bench him, obviously. But I think he's got to grow up. And I think he will grow up. I've talked to him quite a bit. He's a good young man. He's a very, very good football player. He wants to be the best. He wants to do the right things. And I think he got caught up in the moment. And this is when you get caught up in those type of moments, you got to think about the ramifications of everybody in the room, not just yourself. And at that one moment, he was very selfish of what he did, and I don't think we'll ever see that again from Antonio Brown.
I would probably agree from anybody than the Steelers. Julian Edelman of the Patriots says, hey, people have different rules. He said this on a Boston radio station. That's how that team is run. I personally don't think that would be something that would happen in our locker room. Ben Roethlisberger responded, says, I don't think I need to speak much. We got our trophies here. I got owners that I think are the best in the business. They're family to us. So does it have anything to do with how that team is run? That's why Antonio Brown thought he could get away with it.
No, I saw that comment, and I don't think if you're not a part of that organization, if you're not in the locker room, you can't make a statement like that's a fact. He made a statement, and Julian Edelman like it's fact, and he has no idea. Just like nobody in Pittsburgh, none of those players, if you didn't play under Belichick, you can't make a factual statement about their locker room and how it's ran unless you've been there. And he hasn't been there, so I just think he's, as we would say in a locker room, you're speaking out of the side of your neck. You don't know the truth. And I just think, players should just let other teams deal with that.
I know you guys didn't face either team, the Patriots or the Steelers this year. But I'm wondering your sense of, look, as much as this is an incredibly potent offense in terms of weaponry, they couldn't get in the end zone against the Kansas City Chiefs. How much of that was Kansas City, a team that you guys saw twice, and how much of that was something missing with the Steelers?
Well, I think, they got down into the red zone quite often. They kicked six field goals. I think the one interception that occurred, it was an RPO, which is a run-pass option. Ben decided to see a one-on-one matchup with Antonio Brown. Arguably could be one of the best receivers in the National Football League, one-on-one, and he took a shot. It got tipped. It got intercepted. I think if he had to do it over again, he would have handed it off to a guy who wears 26, who's a pretty good running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he would have handed it off 3 straight times. They probably would have got into the end zone and scored a touchdown. So I think he would have that. He would rethink that. But the Kansas City Chiefs defense is pretty good. They got a good defense, but so does New England. New England, I think, has only allowed 27 touchdowns this year.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Let alone having, first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback back there who scores a lot of points week in and week out. But I think this football team, the Steelers, winning 9 straight games. They're playing good football. There are young players on the defensive side who are playing much better than they did at the beginning of the football season. I think they have a feel that if they go out there and play their best football, they're going to have an opportunity to win a football game in Foxborough. And I think the way they've played to date, that will be true.